All right, my beloved. Your necromancer has to share you the dream he had last night. you, it's, it's untenable. It's just weird, right? We're going to talk about it. So, who you are astrologically has to do. Oh, blessed be the Elohim, Barak Kol Elohim, right? Because that's what we deal with, the Sephirot tree. Blessed be my Sephirot tree. Blessed be the sun in the sky, the firstborn burning and returning. Blessed be the moon, the fool, who I own. Blessed be the sun and Mars, right? So, my dream, right? It has to do with the planets in my astrology. I was being John Malkovich last night. Not being John Malkovich one for one. I'm shiny. Anyways, not being one for one, the person, right? It was like seeing my eye cutouts, right? And there were layers of my emanation. One for the sun in yellow, or one for Mercury in yellow, one for the sun in orange, one for the moon in purple, and one for Saturnicus, Cassiel, Satriel on the outer one, the green. There were 5 emanations. It was like 5 emanations, 5-way driving human vehicles, right? I told one family, I acted like myself. Instead of being John Malkovich, I was pretending I was myself. Like, I couldn't figure out why they were responding. These people were responding me a certain way, right? Like, and they told me all this stuff. Like, I belonged there. I thought I was going to get, because I woke up in that dude's body. I thought the one that I was driving the most out of the 5 was the one that I had the most control of, and it was most like me responding. The rest of them were did terrible things. One told its family, like I've told people, that you can slay your chickens in a septagram and get the southern spirit. It drawed the septagram, right? And that guy's dad came in the room with a shotgun while he was telling his wife and child how you can slay chickens in a septagram during a barbecue just before barbecuing, plucking and barbecuing them, and get the southern spirit again and reunite the South and start something great. Dude from the side blows my head off, right? But I was that person. I'm not me. And then another one, I was telling him my actual name and location, and something crazy happened there. Really terrible. I don't want to iterate. It was bad. The one that was the funniest was they told me that I belonged there. Then I could say, you're not going to call the police on me? So I belong here, right? Okay, so then the jewelry I can take is mine, right? I got a duffel bag. And I start packing everything in. It's like, no, I can take this. Let me do this. I can take this now. I can take this. I can take it all. You're not. I'm like a burglar, though. That's what I told him. And I took all the stuff. But it was mine because I was driving somebody else's body. It was insane. And the daughter was trying to give me Pokemon cards. I was like, okay, so this is great. Aren't these yours, though? Why are you giving me these? No, I just wanted the gold. I wanted the cash. I wanted the whatever that was over there in the duffel bag. And that's all I wanted. Now I'm going to leave in a minute. And you can have your Pokemon cards. These are nice. These kind of look like they shouldn't be wrinkled. Maybe you should put them in like a thing. Keep them. That was a reality. I had hands full of, I had a money clip, a couple of gold, the flat bars, right? The 1 ounce bars, right? And a bunch of stuff. And I was just like, you're going to let me have all this? You mean this is mine? I have all this shit. Are you serious? I ain't had nothing in my fucking life. You're going to let me walk away with this? It was insane. Because I got to see all the stuff people have. And I was like, oh my God, this is... So I Quilpothed them, because that's what I'm up to. They Quilpothed, right? They had a bad time. Because that's all I'm in the spirit able to do. Not physically, but in the spirit. My Sephirots go out when I sleep and take over people and drive them. And they don't do nice things. Because they're Quilpoth, the Quilpoth ones, right? The Satriel, the Golakab, the Samael, right? The Gamaliel, the Nama, right? The Tigirion, right? The Gagael, right? The Ga'ashebla, and the Arabzarak. The same Sephirot tree that is all the planets. It's the solar system, kids. That's where all the power comes from. We believe they're turning people off and then turning people on to do certain things, right? Spirit thieves is the focus. There are people who have risen up into society and authority and finance through the theft of spirit. There's many ways to do it, right? We're talking how Strom Thurmond was transferred to Lindsey Graham through a weird ritual that transferred, like a family magic, his spiritual essence to Lindsey Graham. Wasn't supposed to do it. Lindsey Graham had everything he needed. He was already Jakin, which is Uranus. The top of the Jakin pillar is Uranus, right? I think he's Uranus' sun, which means he can go everywhere. He's the actual Uranus. The actual Uranus must have the sun, because you cannot see Uranus without the sun, astrologically. There's some allegory in there. Bottom line, must have the middle pillar, the sun, the power source, and the upper part of the pillar in order to be the top of the pillar. Can't just be Uranus, right? Must have the sun. Another allegory. Another thing I learned. And in that dream, I was also confirmed to go out on the new moon and get the spirit from that oak tree of Lindsey Graham and Strom Thurmond for a period of time. I don't know if I'm going to get it for too long, but it's just to get the psychosocial energy that it's like a superpower. It draws reality in. I'll probably just get a lease on it. They have something. Lindsey Graham has something to pay back. He wasn't supposed to hang Boaz, Strom Thurmond, off of him, right? And Strom Thurmond was awesome. He was brought in to take care of the transition to, he told me a bunch of stuff. The transition to, from segregation to integration. He got rid of a lot of the lynch mobs and stuff, and they had this thing, I think he was telling me, a line of sight doctrine, where if the judge and some of his affiliates saw something, they could just not have any kind of court. They would just do it right there. Because court back then, I guess the legal system was based on if the judge didn't see you, in fact, with witnesses, more than one witness, do something, the actual judge of the area saw you do something, wouldn't have to take it to court. They had got rid of that because that was lynch mob. I mean, they were lynching mob and all sorts of stuff. So they brought Strom Thurmond in. They thought he was a what? No, he knew how to say the right thing to everybody to keep getting voted for. Because even they weren't going to get any of that stuff. He couldn't believe they were still worried about that stuff. It's the finance isn't going to flip on that really until the age flips, right? So, a notable man hung off of Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham has a little restitution. He's going to help me draw something in the psychosocial input, right? I don't know what it is, but we need something, right? And Papa and Mama want to see a show. They don't want to just see us work a job, live in a cubicle, buy a few things, and do nothing major. They want to see us speaking and doing the things that are pleasing to them. And there's a rubric for that. People know it's a good thing to do to other people. People know it's a good thing to do themselves. Should we repeat that? What's the image of your immortality? What are we going to echo? At some point in time, you have to wake up in your skin and realize what legacy are we leaving, because we are emanating preeminently. And there is an account. All right. Listen, beloved. More about that later.